And just like that, the political landscape for the 2024 election has a complete reboot, with President Joe Biden announcing he will not seek re-election.
Yeah, and with 106 days until the election, Vice President Kamala Harris is heir apparent, with President Biden and many Democrats throwing their support behind the VP. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
And I'm Adam Longo. Just like you, we have felt firsthand just how chaotic these last few weeks have been, from that disastrous debate to an assassination attempt against the former president.
Yeah, so we do have team coverage tonight. WUSA 9's Matthew Torres and Matt Gregory getting reaction on this historic moment. Today's decision by President Biden comes after members of his own party have spent weeks urging him to step aside.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control.
Get off our streets! Get off our streets! Get off our streets!
Washington, D.C. is a beautiful city, magnificent city.
Washington, D.C. is at its worst point, and it will soon be at its best point.
Racial profiling at its finest. The citizens of the district need to speak up, and we need to stand up for those who are not protected in the city.
Removing mentally disturbed individuals in homeless encampments as well.
Closing down an encampment doesn't solve the problem. It just moves the problem. People are being threatened with arrest. And so we are now officially criminalizing homelessness in this city.
We will continue to operate our government in a way that makes you proud.
I have grandchildren, and I don't want them to grow up in a fascist country.
This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back.
It has been a historic week in our nation's capital after President Donald Trump announced Monday he would liberate Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us on WUSA 9. I'm Simone D'Alba. Since that announcement, the city's police department has been placed under federal authority. Homeless encampments have been cleared, police checkpoints set up downtown, and last night, Attorney General Pam Bondi removed key powers from D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith. We have team coverage across the district for you tonight, showing you what's happening right now. We begin with our Rafael Sanchez Cruz outside of D.C. federal court, where Attorney General Brian Schwab has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, calling it a, quote, unlawful takeover. This is video we got 2 hours ago showing the AG walking into court. That hearing wrapped up just moments ago. Rafa, what's the latest?
Two members of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C. were shot at point-blank range in a monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House.
Two families are shattered and destroyed and torn apart as a result of the actions of one man.
Somebody drove across the country, came to Washington, D.C. to attack America.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity.
Tonight on the news at 6, as friends and family gather for Thanksgiving, two families are changed forever after a man drove from Washington state to the nation's capital and shot two West Virginia National Guardsmen, 20-year-old Sarah Backstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolf. Thanks for joining us online on WUSA 9 Plus. I'm Larry Miller. We've been bringing you the latest information on this tragic shooting since it took place Wednesday afternoon. At this hour, those two guardsmen are still in critical condition. We have widespread team coverage from D.C. to West Virginia and are getting reaction from D.C. officials and President Trump. We begin our coverage tonight with Rafael Sanchez Cruz. He's getting us up to speed on the beginning of that investigation. Two major stories breaking right now at 11. Bracing for impact, a major winter storm on our doorstep and another deadly shooting with federal agents pulling the trigger.
Being outside in weather like this, somebody could die.
We are anticipating to be a catastrophic storm.
Please use common sense and please show courtesy and grace in the days ahead.
Tonight, the warning, stay home, stay safe. The mad dash to the grocery store now over. Time is up as the DMV faces a triple threat: snow, sleet, and a bitter blast of cold air that will stick around well into the week. The chief topper shut standing by with new data on the storm. Plus,
it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of our state. And today that campaign claimed another life.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
The federal government cannot be trusted to lead this investigation. The state will handle it, period.
Hey! We are under attack by this administration right now, and this is not okay. It's just not.
Chaos on the streets of Minneapolis after federal agents once again kill an American citizen. And new tonight, how that shooting is raising the stakes here in Washington, threatening a government shutdown. Thanks for joining us for a special edition of WUSA 9 News at 11. I'm Larry Miller. It's all hands on deck throughout the DMV as this winter storm officially kicks off. WUSA 9 is the place to get all of the latest information on this storm. We have live team coverage for you this evening. Our Alexis Wainwright standing by as the snow begins to fall. But let's begin with the chief, Top Rashett, right now, getting us up to speed on what we are seeing outside. Top? Let's give you a live look now out in Charlottesville, Virginia. Our first sign of snow entering the DMV as you see it there. You can see the snow on the ground, on the roads as well. It marks the start of the next couple of days, which will be very busy, no doubt. Our Alexis Wainwright continues our weather team coverage. Alexis, what are you seeing where you are right now?
Well, Larry, I can tell you we're seeing some of those small flurries come down right now. So we're starting to see a little bit more action here along H Street in Northeast. But we want to talk about the work that the crews are doing. I have the interim director of the D.C. Department of Public Works. I want to talk to you just about what your crews are doing at this hour. We've been seeing them up and down the streets all throughout the city.
Well, so we have crews doing a couple different things. As you can see across the street, we're in the midst of salting right now. And then as it relates to the cars, we do have the tow cranes out on the snow emergency routes, which we're on right now. They are ticketing and towing cars that are still in, even though we have the emergency declaration in effect.
Sure. Can we talk a little bit more about the importance of moving your car? Because as you mentioned, I want to clarify right here where we are, the sign says snow emergency route, no parking, but clearly people aren't listening because we still have some cars here. We've been seeing you guys tow up and down for the last 30 minutes. What is the main message to people who aren't listening?
Please get the cars out of the way so that the plows can get from curb to curb, so that once the snowfall reaches the point where we can plow, we have to be able to get the entire street clear. If your car's in the way, we can't do that. And then any car that's left here with the temperatures going to be where they're at, where your car's at, is going to be blocked in by the snow.
And as you mentioned, it makes it more difficult for you guys to do your jobs. Also, I know there's some consequences. Could you talk about some of the fines it sounds like people will be facing if they don't listen?
Sure. If your car is one of the ones that we have to tow, it's a $250 fine for being in the no parking zone during the declaration, and then it's a $100 relocation fee.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So again, the main message is to move your cars, make it easier for these crews, because again, they're trying to prepare for what's to come. So of course, we'll continue to stick out here and let you know more. But for now, reporting live in Northeast, Alexis Wainwright, we'll send it back to you, Larry.
Yeah, certainly the last thing people need is another ticket. So move your car as quickly as you can. Alexis Wainwright, thank you so much. Well, WUSA 9 is with you every step of the way. We'll be streaming updates live all weekend long. Wake up with us tomorrow morning as well. We'll be starting our live coverage at 6 a.m. and we'll be with you through every step of the way. Scan this QR code to download the WUSA 9 app on your mobile device and WUSA 9 Plus on your smart TV so you can stream our coverage for free. Now to breaking news out of Minneapolis. Protesters once again clashing with federal law enforcement after chilling video shows federal agents shooting and killing a 37-year-old American citizen. This is the third high-profile federal agent shooting in Minneapolis. And tonight, that shooting sparking demonstrations coast to from Los Angeles to New York. March to ICE headquarters to protest federal immigration operations in U.S. cities and to protest the Trump administration. There was anger in the crowd reacting to that video. Lana Zach is on the ground in Minneapolis, where the FBI is now on the scene.
Cell phone video shows the moments leading up to the shooting. A federal agent pushes a person to the ground and pepper sprays them. Then more officers converge and wrestle a man to the ground, appearing to hit him before at least one agent opens fire and kills the man. The backlash was swift. Law enforcement officers used pepper balls and flashbangs against protesters gathered at the scene.
It's actually hard to breathe right now. It's both a combination of the pepper spray that was used by agents to disperse the crowd where that shooting took place, and the literal dumpster fire that is spewing black smoke into the street.
I didn't know him.
Ella Brettenfeld was among the protesters.
The system isn't working. It's killing people on our streets. It's killing our neighbors. It's injuring people. It's traumatizing children.
An outraged Governor Tim Walz said the federal government cannot be trusted to lead this investigation.
Thank God we have video, because according to DHS, these 7 heroic guys took an onslaught of a battalion against them or something. It's nonsense, people. It is nonsense, and it's lies.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem claimed, without offering evidence, that the victim was responsible for the confrontation.
He wasn't there to peacefully protest. He was there to perpetuate violence.
The Department of Homeland Security claims the man approached officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun and violently resisted arrest. CBS News has identified the man as 37-year-old Alex Peretti, a Minneapolis resident and an American citizen. Minneapolis police say he had a valid permit to carry a gun.
This is just the latest in a string of incidents that have sparked outrage and intense scrutiny into federal tactics, including the detention of at least 2 young children. And much like the case of Renee Good, the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension say they are being blocked from this investigation. Lana Zach, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Also breaking tonight, the shooting in Minneapolis is having an impact here in Washington. Senate Democrats, including some who crossed party lines last year, now say they will not support a spending package that includes funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Well, the bill that keeps agencies like ICE and Border Patrol funded. Their opposition driven by the outrage over repeated federal shootings. It's now raising the risk of a partial government shutdown, with the deadline looming for midnight on Friday. Senator Tim Kaine from Virginia already said on Friday that he would not support funding DHS. Still ahead, new details on a big snowball fight. Where and when? It's all going down. Top?
All right, we stepped out on the weather terrace. Couple of flakes a minute ago. Nothing right this second, but we'll show you where the snow is to our south. And we'll also time out the changeover from snow to sleet tomorrow morning.